Greetings. My name is Priestess Sekhmet, and I'm a spiritual trainer and psychic life coach, assisting spiritual seekers in manifesting their desires using energy balance and spiritual practice. Everything that I have now and I've manifested and I've acquired, it's so easy to get caught up in it and to forget where you came from. And I used to be homeless. I grew up in the city of Oakland and I struggled. My mother struggled with addiction. She died of a drug overdose in her early 40s. And I was raised by the streets and by myself and my angels. That's what saved me, was my angels. And they protected me and they guided me out of that lifestyle so that I wouldn't take that same path that my mother took. However, I did grow up with some mental and intellectual and social, what some people call disabilities. And so it was challenging for me to work. It was challenging for me to interact. And the stress of it all really took a toll on my life until after my divorce, I began to struggle with chronic homelessness. And I couldn't keep a roof over my head. I couldn't keep a lease. I had never kept a lease for a whole year. Like, I couldn't seem to complete that. That was my goal in life, was to complete a 12-month lease, to stay somewhere just for an extended period of time, which I've done now that I have started learning how to manifest. But before that, I didn't understand my creative power. I didn't even know, why my prayers were not being answered and why I was suffering so much. There were times when I had to eat in soup kitchens. There were times when I had to sleep in homeless shelters. For a long period of time, I rented rooms out of people's homes, people that I just found in the classified ads. And I went through this period of time until finally I found my own place. It was a small little studio apartment in downtown Oakland. And that's when I really began to start practicing meditation. And I began practicing meditation with the Isis Oracle deck. Each card in that deck comes with a specific meditation that you can do that will teach you how to meditate, and it'll also help you to open up your heart, align your chakras, and discover your creative power and your divine path and your divine goddess nature. And that's exactly what happened to me. And I began using the Isis Oracle and studying the Metu Neter and learning about my ancient Egyptian and Kemetic spiritual history and practices. And my whole spirit, soul, and body began to integrate. And the goddess Sekhmet came into my heart and spoke to me and revealed to me that I am Sekhmet, that I am the divine embodiment of the divine mother goddess. And once I accepted that identity, my whole self-concept integrated and came into place. And so then the connections that I had previously with my angels and with my ancestors and with Jesus Christ and with the Most High all came into an alignment, and my life began to make sense. So I started manifesting, and the first thing that I manifested was a 7-day cruise to Egypt, Africa. And it was such an amazing experience, learning how to do manifesting rituals. And I manifested within the first year of practicing balancing my energy with the elemental forces of air, fire, water, earth, and ether. That I manifested after that a cruise to Mexico, a free trip to Hawaii, and a new Jeep and a house. And so the house came a little bit later, maybe like in the second year. I moved into my first house alone. And that was the first time in my life that anything like that ever happened to me. And in that house, I was able to continue my meditation practices. I was able to start my own business. And I stayed in that house for 7 years. Before I started manifesting, before I understood who I truly am and my I am presence, I was very conflicted, distracted, overwhelmed mentally and emotionally and spiritually. I was very disintegrated. And what the ancestors did with me, once they could get my attention, is they taught me how to use the practice of business building to balance the elemental forces within my own nature. So the first thing that they started teaching me was how to do a business plan. They didn't want me to go out there and to get someone to do it for me. They wanted me to learn how to focus. They wanted me to learn how to breathe and relax and maintain the integrity of my energy and to continue to push forward and achieve goals. Product creation was another process that the ancestors used to teach me how to be creative, how to use my creative power, how to connect and tune in to my divine creative purpose, and to develop products and services that align with that purpose. So the whole time that I was meditating, connecting with the angels and the ancestors, they were giving me downloads and training me on how to build my own business. So we went through this process together. We built the retreat. Now the retreat hasn't happened yet. It's about to be launched online as a virtual retreat. And this is how they're training me. So through running this virtual retreat, we will expand outward into the physical, actual manifested retreat. And as a person who suffered with chronic homelessness for so many years, who never believed that she could have a business, that she could be mentally and emotionally stable and balanced, that she could just have a simple roof over her head, to build her own business, her own products, her own services, to have a bona fide business license and a business plan, and even a bona fide trademark system, the firm system. And the firm system is focused intention on release and manifestation. So for me to be here now is such a tremendous blessing and an accomplishment. And that's why I have put this system together so that I could build a lifestyle and a dream around helping other people like me achieve the same thing. Whether you're struggling with self-esteem, poverty consciousness, lacking focus and direction, and unable to hone in your creative power to produce your dream, the firm system will help you. It'll help you to be able to finish what you start. Hone in your creative power, to bring all your forces of creativity together to produce a work of your dreams. Manifest your desires with Psychic Life Coaching by Priestess Sekhmet. Each session comes with a psychic energy reading that pinpoints energy blocks to your success. Release toxic emotions and manifest your desires. Book your Psychic Life Coaching session at priestesssekhmet.com.